Hi, welcome to this PlansXpress Getting Started video. In this video I shall be showing you how to lay out the external walls of our drawing. Firstly, I'm going to go to the Architectural tab, and under the external walls section here I'm going to click on the drop down menu. As you can see here, I've got various types of walls I can use, but for this example I'm going to use the brick and block cavity wall, and I'm going to select the 2325 multi-story. Once that menu pops up there, you'll see that it's very much a similar menu to what you'd find in PlansXpress, except with this we have a few key differences, such as there are no length inputs. Also, you'll see that there are these boxes with a yellow background. The yellow background is to indicate that these will be shown on the drawing itself, such as in the elevation and 3D views, and those with a white background are purely for estimating purposes only. I can still click Tech Tips and Tech Labels to identify various sections. You'll also see here that when I selected the 2325 multi-story wall, it's actually given me a 2.55. It's added the extra 225mm onto the top of the wall, as it's a multi-story, to allow for the timber and the flooring before I reach the floor height on the next section. So it's going to account for your floor joists there. If I click next, you'll also see there it's accounting for the foundation details. So the depth is in white, but the actual width is in yellow to show that it'll be represented on the drawing. And going through there, splash course depth is shown in yellow and the width of the wall in yellow, everything else in white. And we have options there, of course, to plaster that wall. Now, I can click Finish, and I'm going to select by clicking with the left mouse button at this intersection of the construction lines here. And as you can see now, I've got one highlighted red line. That's the line I'm working with. Now, there's also an arrow on this wall to show the external side of that wall. So I'm going to set that external side as left to show that's the side I want to work with. Now, I'm going to set the justification from left to right to show how, by changing that there, I'm now working on the external side of those construction lines. And I'm going to leave that as for the moment, so I'm going to draw around this building. So I'm going to zoom out there so I can see everything. So left click, left click, left click, and then I can press C to close these walls off. And now it's drawn all the walls around for me, including showing the outer brick leaf and the inner block leaf, as well as the foundation widths there on the pink dotted line. Now these walls are currently working to the external of my construction lines I've laid out, and I want them to be on the other side. I've currently done that wrong. So I'm going to use a selection box, so clicking and holding on the top left here and dragging across to the right to encompass all the walls, let go, and it's selected all the walls for me. What I'm going to do now is go to the top left again, because it's given me a menu for this wall, and I'm going to select the justification from right to left, and it's now moved all those walls internally of those construction lines. That's where I want them to be. Now, if you didn't see the arrow pointing to show the external line of the external wall at the beginning, you see that they are currently shown correctly. If I go to the Views and 3D tab, I can click on a 3D preview. I can see all the walls showing at the correct orientation. If I close that, if I had drawn these walls incorrectly, what you'll see is if I highlight that wall, middle mouse click with the middle mouse button there, just once, it'll give me a menu that pops up. I can say flip wall side. As you can see there now, if I zoom in, that brick leaf is now on the inside and block on the outside. And if I click on the 3D preview, that's now showing incorrectly on there. 3D previews are very good things to open up every now and then, just to see if you've drawn all your walls and such to the correct orientation. I'm going to close that there now. I'm going to click on that wall to highlight it, middle mouse click and select flip wall side, and as you can see now it's restored that to the orientation it should be. Once I've done that, I'm now finished with my external walls. Before I finish this little video though, before I go, I'm going to click on the menu up here, click Save As, and now as a benchmark I'm going to change this now to Mr. Oliver 2. So I have a record going through, click Save, and I'm now finished.